All right, so we've talked about adding multiple numbers, and we've talked about how to add them, and then we add our last number, and we regroup. So now we are going to add 4 numbers together. Now, don't freak out, because we're going to use the same method we have been using. We're just going to add an extra problem. So I'm going to add these 2 together, and then I'm going to add these 2 together, and then I'm going to add their answers. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my first problem, and I have 33 plus 56. So I'm going to add these numbers together. So I have a 6 and a 3, which I know is 9, because I've learned to skip count by 3s. And then I have a 5 and a 3, which gives me 8. So this is my answer for this one. So I'm going to take this all the way over here and write 89. So then I've done this one. So now I'm going to add these 2 numbers together. I'm going to add my 44 and my 65. And I'm going to add those together like I know how. So 5 and 4. Well, I don't know if that's quite 10, so I'm going to count 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it was right. It's not quite 10. So I'm going to have my 9 here, and then my 6 and my 4. Well, I know that gives me 10. And remember, because I'm not adding another column, I bring the whole 10 down. So that's my answer for this one. So we've added 3-digit numbers together before. We know how to do this. We're adding a 3-digit number to a 2-digit number. So I'm going to add these 2 together to get my final answer. So I'm going to carry my 109 over here. And now I'm just going to add like I know how. So my 9 and my 9, ooh, that's a big one. So I'm going to count 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I know to write my 8 and carry my 1. And I know 0 plus 8 is 8, because my 0 doesn't change it. And then 8 plus 1 is 9. So I bring my 9 down. And then there's not another thing for me to add here, so I just have my 1. So I can bring my 1 down. So my final answer, we got it the same way I got the other ones, by breaking it up and doing 2 added together and 2 added together. I just had to add a third problem to get my answer. So this 89 plus 109 equals 198. So that's my answer for this one. Now, do that on your own. You're going to add these 2 numbers together and these 2 numbers together. And then you're going to add their answers to get your final answer. Now pause the video, try it for yourself, and then when you unpause it, I'll do it and we can check it. So, first thing I'm going to do is set up my problem. So I'm going to set up 53 and 72. That's a big number. But I know the parts, so I know I can add 2 plus 3 in my ones column, and that just gives me a 5. And then my 7 and my 5. I know it's bigger than 10, so I'm going to count out with my fingers. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, because there's not another column for me to add, I just carry my whole number down. So I carry my whole 12 down. And then remember, I'm going to bring this all the way over here so that I know that's one of the problems, or one of the numbers I have to add in my last problem. So then I'm going to set up my second problem. And I'm going to have 31 plus 29. So I add my 9 and my 1, which I know is 10, but because I have another column, I have to regroup. So I write my 0, and I carry my 1, and then I add my 2 and my 3, which I know is 5. So I have 5 plus 1, which is 6. So I have my 6. So I get 60. So now I'm going to add 125 to 60 and get my final answer. So I'm going to come over here and write my 60. And so now I have 0 plus 5. Well, I know that's just a 5. And then I have 6 plus 2, which I know is 8 because I know that 8 comes after 6 when we're skip counting by 2s. So I write my 8, and then I don't have another number here, so I just bring my 1 down. So my final answer for 53 plus 72 plus 31 plus 29 is 185. Because I added these two numbers and got an answer, added these two numbers and got an answer, and then I added all my answers together.